to day 3 of the spring countdown box. Let's open up our pretty polka dots package and see what we got. Ooh, we got a stamp. Ooh, this is awesome. This is a wax seal stamp. So if you got the Valentine box, there was a die that went with it. And there was also a die set or a stamp set not too long ago that also had this. So I'm excited. We're going to pull some orange cardstock, maybe find a bunny, die in my stash or stamp, and we will create a card. I will be right back. I stamped it in traffic cone ink, and then I covered it with fairy dust embossing powder. However, I forgot to turn my camera on, so I'm going to go ahead and now use the dies that I have in my stash that coordinate with this. It is from the, if you got the Valentine box, there was one also sealed for you, has the dies as well. Have you received that? So they all coordinate together. Here is, I believe this is the die. So I'll be able to go ahead and cut that out, and then I will come back and put the card together. All right, I have our packaging that I have cut down. I grabbed the Garden Fresh paper pad that came from the February release. I love these carrots, so I want to kind of add that on with our little carrot. And then I grabbed Timothy's Garden, and I actually cut him out along with his sentiment, and that's what we're going to use to put our card together. So let us grab a card base. And then go ahead and we're going to put this down right smack dab in the center. I did not do double-sided adhesive this time like I usually do. I'm just going to go ahead and try it with some tape runner. I would not use liquid glue only because it's such thin paper that it's very possible that you could have it warp, or I would be very careful about how much of that liquid glue I would use. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it this way, I think. And then I'm just eyeballing it in the center. Let's see, I think I'll move it down just a hair. It's not quite centered. Bring it down just a hair when I put it down. All right, got a wrinkle in there. Grab the bone folder and kind of just, can usually squish that out. That's kind of why I like to use the double-sided adhesive, because you can get the bubbles, but we'll make it work. That's from the adhesive. Okay, I think I am going to go ahead and cut this out, a circle out of here. So I'm going to do that quick, and I will be right back. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about the wrinkles. It happens. We can kind of cover that up a little bit. I have 2 circles. I cut one out of that paper, and I wanted to show you that it was double-sided, so you could use the bigger carrots if you really wanted to, but I'm going to with the smaller carrots. I also cut the next size down out of vellum, and we're going to put that down here. And then I've got my little Theodore here and my sentiment, You Plant Smiles, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick this guy right in. Might actually do it kind of like this. So let's get this going. First, we're going to glue this down. I'm thinking my glue press might be clogged right now. I'm not going to take the time to fix that. I have been using it and it's getting low. So sometimes when you do that, it takes a little while for it to, if you've put it aside for a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And then because I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive right here, and I'm going to put a little bit in this corner. Because it's vellum, you tend to see it, but we're going to cover it up with our image and our sentiment. So got that. So he's going to go in here. So I might put him down just a little. I'm going to put him down over because I have a little bit of an edge right here. And then move this over is what I think I'm going to do to cover up the vellum, and we'll put this guy just a little bit right here, just like that. So let's get this, our stamped image from today's package down first. I kind of just put it here, and then we're going to plant this guy over the top. Or plant, pun intended. Put our little plant, you plant smiles, right there. Oops, not quite center. There we go. And then I'm just going to grab a few gems that I have in my stash here. Let's see if I have some orangey ones. Not sure. I may not have orange ones handy. Let's see if I got some of the colors I have here. I am not seeing any orangey ones. So, what color are these though? Oh, I like these. These are kind of a brownie gem. So we're going to use these because these are like planting stems. These are just some diamond dots. I have a family member who uses them, and she gave me her extras. Of course, I can't find a gem holder while I'm at it. Just put a few of those out. Grab my other liquid glue. And we're just going to put a few of them in there if I can get my glue to cooperate. Come on. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how we're going to do that. So wipe my glue off. Stick my pin back inside. And then we'll grab our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can just use my cloth to kind of dab down, grab that extra glue. Now I have remember I did do 2 of these, so I could actually put 2 of them down, which I think I'm going to, but I think I'm going to pop this one up since I had it ready to go here. Just to add some extra fun and interest to our card. If you had some die cuts or a stamp that was carrots, you could totally use that as the image, or just a little bunny, you know, that says happy Easter, happy spring, something like that. Would work really well with this stamp today. But yep, let's add this guy down. We're just going to I'm going to pop it up this way. And there we go. Here we go. Day 3 of our spring countdown box. And I will link anything that's available down below. Those would be affiliate links, which just means if you place an order using one of my links, it just, I get a little commission out of that. Just helps me bring you content, which I very much appreciate. So I will see you for day 4 of the Countdown Challenge of the Spring Countdown Box. Bye now.